Hi viewers, I think it's been so long since we did something like this, and today today I decided I want to go out to the field and exactly show you what real estate investment is all about. And I've come all the way to a very beautiful place. The wind is really blowing here and it's mind-blowing. This is Kantafu area. I want us to just have a property tour and just look at how much are the properties here, how are they selling, and what's the value, what are the returns, and other things that you get out of it. So this place is called KBC Kantafu, and right behind me is Mount Kilimambogo, which is a very attractive place and very beautiful from the area I am. The wind is blowing to just show you how homely this is. It's so cozy, it's quiet, it's not as noisy, and that means it's a place that you can consider to do a home. So I want to first thank everyone who has been my support, and people have been reaching out, why did I go quiet or something. Well, I was trying to restructure, but we are coming back and it's going to be really different in terms of what we were doing. We are continuing with those talks, but now we want to be very practical in terms of real estate. We want to do a couple of site visits, trying to go to different locations and check the properties that are selling and the market price, so that you can have an informed decision on where to invest. So I would want to visit different locations, and this of course is one of the first on the content that you're working on, but it's going to be massive, it's going to be completely different. So I would want to tour a couple of places, and I want to hear from you what or which areas would you suggest for me to go and maybe compare or just come up with a price range. Today we are in Kantafu. We want to know how much is land in Kantafu, how far is it from Nairobi, and what are the amenities here, and why you should buy in this area. So which areas would you want me to visit? Just go to the comment section and leave a comment and tell me where you want me maybe to tour. And while you're at it, you can subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Some of the things that most people ask and wonder is how this area has transformed, and I think one of the things I'd want to focus most on my channel is to give you maybe a brief history of what happened here, what's happening here, and what's going to happen here. So what happened is that this entire area, especially the Kangundo Road, before 2007, it was quite a very quiet place, and most of the people who bought during those times, maybe a 50 by 100, 1 acre, the prices were way below even the half of the price that I'm going to share with you about this specific location that we are on. So during the post-election violence, and during that period is when now there was a transition, because this sounded like a neutral ground for most tribes, and so most people decided to go and get some land in this area. And so that's how the place started popping up, and people coming in and trying to do structures and completely change how this area was perceived to be maybe inaccessible, quiet place, a boring area. But right now it's one of the most exciting locations from CBD, within a radius of around 48 kilometers from Nairobi. So that makes it a very completely nice and convenient location for someone who's considering to do a home. So that is what happened. And now what is happening is that this area, most people are already building their houses. Some of the people purchased way back in 2000, 2005, 2007, and after that, maybe to 2010, 15, etc. People have been buying land. But if you check even right behind me and across and all over, you'll notice that most of the people now have started to build their houses. So that is going to completely affect the pricing of the area, and also even the market value, basically, of how this area is being perceived. So I think it's important for you to be part of this area. If you are looking for somewhere you want to do a house or a home, then this is very convenient and affordable, and at the same time it's coming up. Most of the developments are coming up. Like for example, there is this Kilimambogo to Tala Road. It's being tarmacked at the moment from Kilimambogo side, coming all the way to Kangundo Road, and then you connect to Koma, you can go to Tala, or if you turn right, you go all the way to Machakos. So some of those things are actually changing the area completely. So now, what is the market price? Where are we? And what are we looking at? So this place completely has changed. And as I mentioned, the prices have gone high. So for a 50 by 100 plot, that's an eighth of an acre. The prices are ranging between 800,000 to maybe a million bob Kenya shillings. That is if you get a plot on the far front side next to the tarmac of Kangundo Road. But most of the plots are already bought and they are sold now, and people have already built and they are living there. So what does that mean? If you want to get land, you have to move slightly a bit in. So we drove in 3 kilometers from that tarmac to a place. It's still, I mentioned, it's the road connecting you to Kilimambogo. So here the price are a bit lower. They are ranging between 700,000 to 800,000 for an eighth of an acre. So depending on who's selling to you and the value additions, and also now the other items involved, like now the transfer fees and other stamp duty charges and all those, and legal costs, the price can vary. So that's why the price is not as exact, but it will be an approximate, and it helps you on your decision making. So now on this area where I'm standing, this land given to you by the good people of Username Investment Limited, and a 50 by 100 plot is going for 649,000 if you're buying on cash terms, but they have installment plans which stretch up to 12 months, but the prices slightly go higher. So the installment plans can stretch from the price of 649,000, that's on cash, payable in 30 days, but you can spread your installments all the way to 12 months at 733,000 for one plot, which is a 50 by 100. So the next thing I want to show you is exactly how the area looks. I want to show you the type of the soil, the plantation, the neighborhood, and for those of you who are not very conversant, the size of a 50 by 100 that we are looking at, and maybe you can be able to develop your decision based on that, like what can you do on it. So some of the things that you're going to enjoy about this area is, one is that there are schools. Right in front here on this other side, there is a school for the community here. If you go back to the highway, there are other schools. There's an academy across the road. Then there's even a factory. It's a milling factory for flour, for chicken feeds and other animal feeds. So there is a factory. And across on the other side, there is Koma Hills, which is an active town and very busy and well populated. So the area is completely changing. And for some of you who are looking for even worship centers, there is a mosque across the road. And when you hear a mosque, you remember back in primary school when we used to say there is a mosque here, you know, there are Muslims, there is a Muslim community there. So there are churches, there are mosques and other religious centers for this specific area. So one of the very proud thing about this very project that we are looking at is the accessibility. As I mentioned, it's 3 kilometers back to the Kangundo Road, and at the same time, it's a few kilometers back to Kilimambogo, which is a very attractive place where you can even be able to access places for vacation and other things, but you can still access. This is going to be a completely busy road because it's going to connect you back to Thika town, so that makes it quite busy. Thika Garissa Highway. I want to show you the value additions that we have done. Part of them are the internal access roads, which are well done, and they are very capable of having your car or vehicle, whichever day that you drive here. So the access roads have been done. They have done the internal, the beaconing to show you the boundaries of the area, which I'm going to show you 150 by 100, the size. And also they are sinking a borehole on this project. They have done an estate gate, very beautiful and very strong. And that at least shows you that there is protection. So, and the other thing is a galvanized chain link fence with concrete poles, which are really amazing, and it's up to some very executive standards. So those are some of the benefits you're going to get for just 649,000 for a 50 by 100 plot at Kantafu on the Kilimambogo Tala road, which is being tarmacked as we speak. And you know the best time to buy is before that tarmac is complete, because once it's done, I'm pretty sure that anyone who's selling land here, maybe they'll hiken the price maybe by 200 or 300,000 on top, and then as the demand goes up, the supply goes low, and then the prices goes high. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you the size of a 50 by 100, and I think most of you struggle trying to identify, is it meters or feet? 50 feet by 100 feet, which makes a total of 5,000 square feet. So if you're buying a 50 by 100 plot, the total measurement is 5,000 square feet. And today I want to show you the exact size of a 50 by 100, which starts on that beacon and ends on that beacon in terms of the width. And then in terms of the length, it's going to start from that end to that end, from that fencing to that fencing. So I'm standing almost at the center of one plot of a 50 by 100, and this is the pricing that we are talking about. We are looking at 649,000 for one plot, and that one plot is what you're looking at. I'm trying to be at the middle and show you exactly what this entails. So now when you're talking of the length, which starts from there to that far end, that is 100 feet, okay? And then from that end to that end, that is 50 feet. Another 100 feet, another 50 feet. So it becomes 100 by 50, that is 5,000 square feet for 649,000. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the size of one plot at Kantafu, going for 649,000. And you know what you do? On the numbers on your screen right now, just pick, check out with me. I'll be glad to show you where the site is and the plots we are selling, and why you need to actually buy this area. If you're able to run around and be able to see, even some of the neighbors have already started building, which is amazing because they are completely changing the market value of this place. And once that road is done, remember I told you that there's a road down there. Once it's complete and running, the prices are going to be completely crazy. They are going to change. So what do you need to do? You need to take my number, you need to call me. We organize for a site visit for you. You come view and be part of this, call it a revolution of real estate.
Cook that thing.